of South Warren High School. Starting at forward is senior number 4, Jenna Lindsay. Starting at guard is senior number 10, Gracie Hodges. Starting at guard, a freshman, number 11, McLean Hudson. Starting at guard, a senior number 30, Lydia Frank. And at center, a junior number 34, Kaya Mitchell. The head coach for Lady Spartans is Lane Embry. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Warren Central Lady Dragons.
Good evening and welcome to Warren Central High School. Mike Cleff and Steve Sanders, part of the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Girls basketball tonight, Warren Central hosting South Warren in a rivalry matchup. They're in the midst of the starting lineup. We'll go silent for a moment and listen to the rest of that.
Starting at center, a junior number 35, Jaliyah Bailey. Starting at guard, a senior number 5, Kennedy Robinson. And at guard, a senior number 11, Jordan Downey. Head coach for the Lady Dragons is Anthony Hickey Sr.
All right, that's the starting lineups. Mike Cleff, Steve Sanders once again. Steve, happy holidays and thrilled to have you back with us. We're about ready to tip off. Do you have any just opening thoughts? We've now seen both of these teams this season, including seeing the Lady Spartans twice.
Yeah, Mike, you know, Spartans are an interesting team. The girls, they're undefeated at home and winless on the road, so let's see what tonight brings them.
Lady Spartans win the opening tip. As Steve mentioned, 3-0 at home and 0-3 on the road. They come in 3-3. The Lady Dragons come in 3-6 on the season. We have carried 2 of South Warren's victories. They defeated Apollo and defeated Franklin Simpson in double overtime, and we were here last Tuesday for Warren Central's 66-31 loss to Franklin Simpson. Gracie Hodges with the jumper, no good. And Warren Central gets the rebound. That is Brianna Fausto getting the rebound. And there is Ada Akadova with the ball. She's handling it for the Lady Dragons. And she is being guarded by McLean Hudson. So we're just underway, first minute of the game. Lady Dragons of Warren Central hosting the Lady Spartans of South Warren. Mike Cleff, Steve Sanders on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, courtesy of Prep Spin. And the drive and the shot, no, but Fausto gets her own follow. Nicely done, Steve.
Good follow-up.
So Hodges kicks it over to Hudson. That's Mila Moonrath, one of the South Warren seniors. Lydia Frank, whose father, Alan Frank, is one of South Warren's assistant coaches. Steve and I always get a chance to chat with him before the game. Really good guy to chat with.
Warren Central active on the defensive board so far.
They're doing a nice job, yes.
You know, they played good defense early in the game on Tuesday. You know, they held tough with Franklin till it got a little bit later in the second half.
That's Jordan Downey handling the ball for Warren Central. The drive and the runner attempt by Kennedy Robinson is no good, and here come the Lady Spartans. Mila Moonrath leading the break. Over to Hodges. McLean Hudson, the drive, and they're going to get a foul. And you know, Steve, I was thinking about this. You know, we talk about the turnovers, you know, and you bring that up, and it's just the absolute truth, isn't it? I mean, in a game, whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win the game usually.
That's right, Mike. You just had to bring up that turnover word, didn't you? Here we go.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, when we come back from the holiday break, we'll look for these teams in our district and region to get settled in and cut down on those turnovers.
Tell me if you agree or disagree, Steve, but we've seen so far with the turnovers, it's not a lack of effort. It's just trying, I think, to do a little too much.
Absolutely. Okay. You know, don't telegraph your passes. You know, a lot of things that happen this early in the season is because of lack of movement on the team. You know, even teams that are being successful right now sometimes go through periods in the game where there's just no movement. Great defense by Lydia Frank. Took it right away from her.
As Steve said, nicely done by Frank, and South Warren now has the ball.
But let's look at each team as they're on the offensive end, and let's see what kind of movement they have.
Warren Central playing a zone. They get the ball out to Kaya Mitchell. They try to get the ball to Mila Moonrath, but Warren Central with the steal. Akhmadova. And they're going to get a foul there. And South Warren's going to be checking in 3 players.
Might have wanted to see Akhmadova try to force it there a little bit more rather than turn around and pass it out. She had numbers going down and pulled up a little deep and just couldn't get up with a shot.
One thing South Warren definitely has an advantage is and this reminds me of the 3 subs coming in, they have an advantage in depth. Coach Hickey and Coach Embry, they're 2 of the really good coaches representing Warren County Public Schools. Coach Hickey's trying to build the numbers up with Warren Central girls basketball, but still in progress, and they have 9 players dressed for varsity tonight.
That was a good look.
That was.
Central. Just got a little too much air under the ball.
Hodges with the runner. No, and as Steve mentioned, well, 3 Warren Central players touched that ball, but they couldn't come up with the rebound. So one of those players checking into the game was Gracie Maxwell, and they're going to get a jump ball, and it's going to go Warren Central's way.
Well, it's just like a turnover.
It is.
Mike, we're coming up on halfway through the first quarter, and it's 2-0.
Ooh, and you know, Steve, I just kind of sense, you know, this was the last day of school as the students head into the Christmas break, and I think the concentration level just might not be there right away to start the game. And as Steve mentioned, now we're past the 4-minute mark and still only 1 basket in the contest. Now make it 2. That's Ashley Overbay. The Warren Central bucket is by Brianna Fausto.
South's going to put a little pressure on a made basket. We just hadn't seen a made basket yet, so it's a little pressure on Central. Going to make them work just a little bit harder.
You know, that was a nice job, Steve, by Brianna Fausto. The double team, she dribbles it out, but waits until she gets an opening, brings it out, gets it to the center of the court. And remember, Steve, we've seen some of the teams have a hard time handling those traps and those double teams. Nice pass inbounds. Fausto gets the offensive rebound, gets it back out to Akhmadova. First name is Ada. Steve, you mentioned Ada Akhmadova was an elementary school student at Lost River. What do you remember about her when she went there?
I can remember she looked just like she looks now. She was a good girl, good student. Fun to be around, good sense of humor, good steal.
Sure is. That is.
See if we can get it cashed in here.
Very nice. Kennedy Robinson.
Good. Yep. It's a good decision to pull up.
It was, and it results in a bucket, and the Lady Dragons with an early 4-2 lead. Steve, I think early on, Warren Central's zone defense is doing a nice job.
You know, we had talked earlier with some of the coaching staff, even at South, that Warren Central would play some tough defense here.
3-point attempt off the mark there by Alexis Martin, and here come the Lady Dragons. Yep, Jordan Downey.
Good move.
Oh, and I thought that might have gone for a moment, but she's going to get a couple of free throws. Kind of a funny story. South Warren, we arrived at the same time as they did, and the door was locked. And the person that let us in is the one shooting free throws, Jordan Downey. And, Steve, she's a delightful young lady, isn't she?
She's very nice.
Yep. She makes the free throw. Checking in for South Warren, Lydia Frank comes back in, and checking in for Warren Central, Hannah Bailey wears number 2. Got a 3-person officiating crew tonight, and one of those just arriving to the contest, just a true class act of this school district, South Warren High School Principal Jenny Hester. Nice block. Kennedy Robinson, wow.
Nice shot.
3, Kennedy
Well,
Robinson.
Mike, I'm not sure this is exactly how I imagine this game starting out, but interesting nonetheless.
Warren Central with a 9-2 lead.
Thought it might be a little bit closer.
Kennedy Robinson has 7 of the 9 points for Warren Central. South Warren will go to the free throw. Well, Steve, what I've noticed early on, I don't know about you, South Warren or Warren Central has the tempo of the game to their liking.
Right.
And I think their zone defense has been very effective early on.
Well, and South does a good job of pressuring the ball on a made basket. But when they're not getting these made baskets, then they can't set up their pressure, and you know, that definitely changes the tempo.
Like right there, Steve, you have the missed free throw. Again, they can't set up the full court pressure. Now we'll see. They'll try to set it up here as Warren Central will inbounds.
Coach Hickey yelling out instructions to his players.
And they got
stepped over the wall,
yep.
over the line.
And one thing that was evident with the Lady Dragons Tuesday night during their game against Franklin Simpson, the effort was really good. Franklin Simpson had a big advantage in depth, and you could tell they were able to stretch the lead out from 18 or 19 to the final margin of 35. But again, Coach Hickey has this program going in the right direction. And anyone that you talk to that knows Coach Hickey, he's a very respected guy. His teams are going to be well coached. Steve and I were talking about how he's a teacher. He's not a yeller and screamer, good communicator. Lady Dragons are in good hands with him. And
Good
go
ball
ahead, Steve.
movement.
Yep. And
South Warren's just having a hard time finding the bottom of the basket.
Julia Bailey with the defensive rebound, and ball goes off Jordan Downey. And, you know, I was singing the praises of Coach Hickey, and, of course, I have to sing the praises of Coach Embry, Steve. We talked about it. He was probably since the first time he walked, he was in a gym
right.
with a coach. And, of course, his coach or his dad was the longtime coach, Blaine Embry.
There we go.
Yep.
Lydia Frank with a deep three.
And we're gonna keep it right here. Steve, this is strictly Coach Hickey emphasizes the points.
This is a teachable moment.
Teachable moment.
He
Yep.
was not happy with defense on that three-pointer.
9-5. South Warren trailing Warren Central. 1:04 to go in the first quarter. Lydia Frank just hit that three-pointer. So Warren Central will inbound the ball again. And I think, Steve, that, you know, Coach Hickey, again, they're going to be well scouted, and he's told his players, the South Warren, their best outside shooters are Lydia Frank, number 30, McLean Hudson, number 11, and Gracie Hodges, number 10. And, of course, the one that just sunk the three-pointer was Lydia Frank, number 30. So now, Steve mentioned, South Warren's able to set up their full court pressure with Gracie Hodges leading.
Good job by Central.
Yep.
Working through that, moving the ball forward. You know, what we've seen many times early in this year, Mike, is people, you know, they get hung up on the sideline or in a corner, and that leads to the turnover, which there's a turnover right there.
The timing of your comment just now was perfect as it results in South Warren with the ball. Steve, one thing I've noticed with Gracie Hodges, she doesn't look for her shot early on. She tries to get her teammates involved, but as the game moves on and she's got a chance to drive or shoot, she's more assertive offensively. So we're down to 15 seconds left, and it looks like the Lady Dragons will hold for the final shot. That's Ada Akhmedova with a nice entry pass. Nicely done by Akhmedova. And Jalea Bailey will go to the free throw line for a couple of free throws.
You know, Bailey's done a great job on the defensive end with rebounding. You know, she's come up with several good rebounds on the defensive end.
And the thing is, too, Steve, on those defensive rebounds, she's not reaching. You know, she goes straight up and grabs it. Yep. 10-5, Warren Central as Bailey hits the first free throw. She'll try to give the Lady Dragons a 6-point lead. 9 seconds left to go. Free throw's good. So the Lady Spartans will inbound, and this is McLean Hudson bringing it up court. There's Frank. And that's knocked out of bounds. Good defense, Steve. 2.2 seconds left as Brianna Fausto deflects it out of bounds. And that's good defense. And as Steve mentioned, that is Julia Bailey with another nice defensive play. And as a result, Warren Central off to a good start in this game. The Lady Dragons lead the Lady Spartans of South Warren 11-5. We'll take a timeout. We'll have more girls basketball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives. It's saving lifetimes.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Welcome back to Warren Central High School girls basketball. Lady Dragons off to a really good start, leading South Warren 11-5. Steve, your first quarter thoughts?
Well, you know, Coach Hickey's had several teachable moments here, but he's got to be at the end of the day. He's got to be happy with his girls' effort so far. I mean, they're ahead by 6. You know, they've had good rebounding. I just think Coach Embry, on the other hand, is probably trying to get his girls to settle down, play their, run their offense, get some energy going. There's a nice look. There we go.
And I tell you what,
there's their offense, Mike.
And it was a 3-pointer by Lydia Frank, and I was watching the reaction to Coach Hickey. And there's your full court pressure, Steve, resulting in a
turnover.
There you go. Steve, I was watching the reaction by Coach Hickey after that 3, and you could just imagine what it was.
He had already been a little unhappy with their defense on the perimeter, and that's not going to help.
Hodges, cross-court pass to Frank, 3-pointer. That one is off the mark. Good hustle by Hodges. She saves it, gets the ball back. Nicely done. That was all Gracie Hodges.
Yep.
Love to see that effort, Steve. South Warren within 1.
Better job that time breaking the press.
Jordan Downey for 3. In and out. And there's Julia Bailey. Second shot attempt just off the mark, and here come the Lady Spartans. That's McLean Hudson. Frank will try it again and connects.
Wow. She's got the range right now.
What does she have now? 3 3-pointers,
3
Steve?
3-pointers.
13-11. Lady Spartans have taken the lead, and there's great hustle by Lydia Frank.
And for Warren Central, number 5, Kennedy Robinson. And
We
for
mentioned
South
that
Warren, number 4, Milo Moonrath, and number 24,
Lydia's
Alexis
dad, Alan Frank, is an assistant coach on South Warren. The other assistant coach is Brett Embry, the brother of head coach Lane Embry. He's got a good staff, Steve. Good people. And there's Bailey in the lane. Gets it over to Akhmadova. We have a 3-person officiating crew tonight. We really appreciate their efforts.
You know, South is playing a zone defense, and they just kind of sunk back and dared him to shoot the 3, and there you go.
Kendi Ferguson with the triple, and the Lady Dragons regain the lead, 14-13. We've played nearly 2 minutes in the second quarter.
Not a good pass.
And this is going to go South Warren's way on the possession arrow.
That was not a good pass at all. Right through the heart of the defense.
Hudson will inbounds, and she gets it to Alexis Martin. Mila Moonrath is also in the game for South Warren, along with Gracie Maxwell. Ashley Overbay and McLean Hudson in the game for Warren Central. Ada Akhmadova.
Warren Central playing a matchup zone also and get a turnover.
Yep. Julia Bailey gets the loose ball. Nice drive by Downey. She did everything.
You know, that's what we saw the other night, Mike. You know, they have some good flashes and just have a hard time getting the ball to hit the bottom of the basket.
You know, Steve, I think the thing is you make a great move like that, and you get overly excited.
Yeah.
And so often you throw the ball too hard off the backboard.
Yeah, that was a really good move down here on the offensive end for Warren Central. And it just, you know, once the shot got out of her hands, it just didn't look good.
We have a substitution. Julia Bailey checks out. She really has done a nice job for Coach Hickey. Hannah Bailey checks in. Dribbling the ball right now, that's Kennedy Ferguson and South Warren. Yep, there they go. They get the steal. And Gracie Hodges gets the ball. They're going to get a foul. Mila Moonrath will go to the line for free throws. So South Warren has a chance to regain the lead. Mila Moonrath, kind of the glue player for the Lady Spartans, does a little bit of everything. Really good passer, good defender, can shoot when necessary. Good touch from the free throw line.
Nice form.
Gives South Warren a 15-14 lead. And Steve, I can already start to see now they're able to set up the four-court pressure. And you know this, Steve, as a ball handler, that just takes so much energy out of you.
It does. I think Coach Hickey might have wanted to see an offense run there instead of just come up the floor and go straight into the lane. She kind of lost control, that body control right in the lane.
Good point. Very good point. 15-14, South Warren leads with the ball. 4:46 to go in the first half. Gracie Hodges, the nice pass.
Cut.
Yep. Very nice. Results in the basket by Junipel Stroh. Steve, remember her. She's
that first game we did.
Yeah, and she hit a couple of big shots, and if I remember, she's an 8th grader.
Yes, you are correct. Nice move by Akhmadova. Just again, couldn't find the bottom of the basket. Great, good look.
Sure was, and
good control. Just shots not falling for Warren Central right now.
South Warren with the ball in a 3-point lead. Moonrath goes up, and she's going to go to the line for free throws. South Warren, as Steve mentioned, has won every one of their home games and has yet to win a road game. They come in 3-3 on the season. Warren Central's 3-6. Their wins are over Hopkinsville, University Heights, and Adair County as Moonrath converts on another free throw. And South Warren, Coach Embry will substitute. He brings in McLean Hudson, and he also brings in, I believe, Ashley Overbay as Moonrath sinks the second free throw. And this game has gone from a 7-point Warren Central lead to a 5-point South Warren lead, a 12-point swing. 19-14 Lady Spartans. We've reached the halfway point of the second quarter. And that's Kennedy Ferguson.
Goal line 5, Kennedy Robinson.
Kennedy Robinson with the hoop. Robinson's had a nice half, Steve.
She has.
Nice cross-court pass. And that's a nice shot.
South Warren really heating up from the three-point line.
Junipel Stroh. We'll go Junipel Stroh. Heard it both ways. We'll go Stroh. Regardless, it's 22-16. There's a student from South Warren over here. I'll ask her. Is her last name pronounced Stroh or Stroh? Stroh or Stroh? Thank you. Appreciate it. A big assist from a South Warren student saying it is Stroh, Junipel Stroh. Thank you. So South Warren has the ball with a 6-point lead. Want to say a big thanks. We've got a unofficial staff member with us tonight that knows me a little bit and knows Steve very well, is Moonrath with the nice follow. Laura Sanders here, and Laura helped us with our audio issues. Big thank you to Laura. She helped us carry in equipment. Nice pass there to Ada Akhmadova.
Again, Mike, they're getting really, really good looks, and the ball's just not falling.
By my count, Steve, they've had 4 close-range shots that have just...
Right, and that's just in the last little bit of game time.
Yep. So South Warren has the ball, 2:40 to go. Lady Spartans leading 24-16. Anyway, Laura Sanders helped carry in the equipment tonight, and if you thought you heard that Laura has the same last name as Steve, well, she does, and it's Steve's wife, and she's a longtime kindergarten teacher at Cumberland Trace. So we appreciate her being here tonight and helping us out, and especially helping us out 3 nights ago.
Mike, I can imagine that Warren Central's confidence is a little bit shaken again. There's, that one was contested in a foul call, but still it was a good look.
Yep.
And just not even getting the ball in the bottom of the hoop, and they're probably a little frustrated right now. I don't blame them.
I would be too. Yeah, I would be too. And now this will help if you can convert your free throws, but that would get you frustrated too.
Right.
So Grace Maxwell checks in, and again, South Warren has played at least 9 players here in the first half. Coach Embry has substituted liberally. By my count, Warren Central's played 7. They played 7.
Played 7.
Yeah. So here comes McLean Hudson. Of course, she's a standout softball player for head coach Kelly Reynolds and the Lady Spartans, coming off a season in which they went to the state tournament. Nice pass. Ooh, that shot by Hannah Bolin did everything but go down, and
there we go.
There's McLean Hudson. It's now 27-17, and Steve, I think these last 2 minutes of the first half are really important for Warren Central.
Right. They need to be careful not to let this league creep up there too much farther.
Kennedy Robinson with a nice drive.
Move.
Yep.
Good rebound. Just not able to find the bottom of the basket.
Maxwell with the rebound, gets it to Hodges. Good defense there by Jordan Downey. Gets it over to Hudson. Lydia Frank.
There we go.
Had it lined up just a little bit short. I'll tell you what, Steve. We've seen this with Gracie Hodges. She's not very tall, but she is a great rebounder. She has a great feel and a knack for positioning herself and knowing where the ball is going to go off the rim.
Right.
And Gracie Hodges is going to shoot a pair of free throws. She's another one of the Lady Spartans seniors. Always a delightful person to talk to before the game. She always has a smile on her face.
South Warren's done a good job from the free throw line tonight.
They have. I'll tell you what, Steve, if they've missed any free throws, I can only think of one.
Yes, I believe you're correct.
You're right, though. They've really converted on their free throws. And because of that, they're up 11, 28-17 with 1:09 to go in the second quarter. So we're reaching halftime here very soon. Warren Central cheerleaders have their Christmas sweaters on. They're in the holiday spirit.
Mike, I was waiting to see what your ugly sweater looked like. I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She carried the ball, unfortunately.
Oh.
Called on Warren Central.
So
it's a good call.
Yep. 55.8 seconds left. It is 29-17 South Warren.
I would say South might hold for the last shot, but Mike, every game we say that and the team doesn't do it, so we won't even go there.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan to me, Steve. Nice pass by Lydia Frank.
And that's why they shouldn't have.
Yep. Grace Maxwell
good look, good shot.
It's now a 14-point lead for the Lady Spartans.
We talked about trying to be careful and not let that lead blow up farther than they can come back from, and a lot of contact there.
Downey will try the three. It's short. South Warren with the rebound. Hodges. She brings it up court. And Hodges is going to take it all the way. Nice move. Everything but going in.
Good rebound.
Yep. Maxwell, nicely done. 33-17 after the rebound basket by Maxwell. We're under 5 seconds left in the half. It's Downey with the runner. No. And the offensive rebound, but too little too late. And we have reached halftime. A strong second half of the second quarter by South Warren results in the Lady Spartans leading the Lady Dragons 33-17. We'll take a halftime break. We'll be right back. You're watching girls basketball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Welcome back to Warren Central High School. Mike Cleff and Steve Sanders, part of the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, brought to you by Prep Spin. Interesting ball game so far, girls basketball game between South Warren and Warren Central. Lady Dragons started out strong with an early 7-point lead, but South Warren finished the second quarter with a flurry, especially the last 4 minutes. And as a result, the Lady Spartans lead by a score of 33-17. And just real quick, this will be our last live stream of this year and this holiday. Want to wish everyone the happiest of holidays and give you a rundown on how you can check out our live streams. You can go to prepspin.com or goprepspin.com or go to our PrepSpin Facebook and Twitter pages. You can also go to Roku or Fire Stick TV and look for PrepSpin. Also, you can go to our website, warrencountyschools.org, or you can go to WBKO.com and look on the sports link there, and under there they'll have Prep Spin. Our next live stream will be Tuesday, January 3rd. It's a girls-boys basketball doubleheader as Greenwood will host Allen County. Scottsville will start on the air that night at 6 o'clock in the evening. Steve Sanders, this game really a tale of two quarters. The first quarter, especially the early going, certainly going the Lady Dragons' way, but the second quarter, especially the last 4 minutes, a whole different story, wasn't it?
Well, keep in mind, Mike, the first 4 minutes of the game, South Warren scored 0 points, and the final 12 minutes of the half, they scored 33. So, they just had to find their offense. We talk about it a lot. Each of the games we do, these teams have to continue to play in their offense, and they struggle when they they deviate from the offense. You can always tell from looking at the coach on the sideline when that kind of thing happens. But, I think South Warren got back in their offense. They started playing the game they wanted to play. And then when those baskets started falling, they were able to set up their pressure defense. And, that's tough on any team. And Warren Central has not just completely collapsed under it, but several times we've seen them struggle with that pressure defense, that full court press, and that just leads to our turnovers, and turnovers are going to kill any team's chance of being successful.
Steve, you mentioned the other thing is the effort by Warren Central has been very good, and they've had a lot of really good looks at the basket, especially close
really
range.
Good looks, and they just cannot get those good looks to fall, and then you got to deal with the confidence in your shot, and I think something that we saw early on in the game also was Warren Central was doing a really good job on the boards. And then by the time we ended that second quarter, the roles had completely reversed, and it seemed like South Warren was gathering every rebound. And so, the combination of turnovers, the combination of just not being able to get the ball to hit the bottom of the basket, and lack of rebounds, that's just not a good combination for any team. And then you get a player like Lydia Frank who finds that range tonight. And, in the course of, 8 clock minutes, she puts up 4 3-pointers. That's 12 of those points right there.
Didn't you feel like, Steve, I think it was her second and third three-pointer really drastically shifted momentum from Warren Central's favor to South Warren's favor?
And, we talk about scouting the other team, and, I'm a little bit perplexed, if you would expect South Warren to put up the three. That's what we've seen them do in each of their games. Predominantly a three-point outside shooting shot. And you could tell Coach Hickey was frustrated with his defense because, they were not they were not defending the three-point line very well at all. And, when they sink back in that zone, that matchup zone defense they were playing, then basically they're daring South Warren to shoot the three, and they did. And, it worked. And conversely, on the other end, South Warren was playing a similar zone defense, and the shots are not falling. I think we might have seen Warren Central sink 1 3-pointer in that first half, but other than that, they continue to, do a good job of driving the lane, but the shots are just not falling.
Steve, you and I have talked, we always want to be positive about these student athletes and promote Warren County Public Schools and their athletics. So let's start with Warren Central. I think 2 players that stood out for them in a very good way in the first half. Number 5, Kennedy Robinson, and then number 35, Julia Bailey.
Robinson had some key outside shots, and Bailey, in the first 4, 5, 6 minutes of this game, she owned the defensive boards. South Warren was getting no rebounds because they were all going to her. She had good position. She'd get a hold of that ball and hold on to it, not put it on the court, and she did a great job rebounding. And it's sometimes in these games it's all about the adjustments each coach makes during the flow of the game. And right now I'd say South Warren is playing the game they want to play, and Warren Central is not necessarily out of their game, but they've got to get a shot to fall. They've been stuck on 17. They've been in the teens for a long time. And because keep in mind, they were in the first 4 minutes, they had 7. So in the last 12 minutes, of the half, when South Warren scored 33, Warren Central's only scored 10. And, that's a huge momentum shift.
And while they had that scoring drought, Steve, I think the 3 players in the first half that stood out for South Warren, you mentioned one of them, Lydia Frank, number 30, Gracie Hodges, number 10, and then Mila Moonrath, number 4.
I think Frank's three-pointers really lit a fire under the Spartans and really got them going. Of course, I'll go back to the fact that just getting any shot to fall for South Warren is key to their defensive effort. Shot goes in, set up a press.
Mm-hmm.
When Warren Central was getting those early defensive rebounds, then, Warren Central with Akhmadova predominantly, Kennedy Robinson also, they don't waste any time getting up the court. They are moving the ball up the court and getting to the lane. They're just, again, not getting the shots to fall.
By the way, the next time we will be seeing Warren Central girls basketball, it's a school that Steve and his wife Laura are very familiar with. It will be on Friday, January 6th, the girls-boys basketball doubleheader, as Warren Central will be at Greenwood. The reason I mentioned they're familiar with that school is one of their sons attends Greenwood, and their older son graduated from there. And then
We got a game on the 3rd, don't we, Mike?
We do. It's
Yeah.
a game at Green. I was saying the next time we see
We'll
Warren
Central. You're right.
Yeah,
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I'll run it down. It'll be a fun schedule. We come back Tuesday, January 3rd, girls, boys basketball doubleheader, ACS at Greenwood. Steve, Thursday, January 5th, we're going to see the Warren County wrestling program for the first time. We're going to be at South Warren Middle School.
I'm excited about that.
And that's on Thursday, January 5th. And then, Steve, as you mentioned, Friday, January 6th, girls, boys basketball doubleheader, Warren Central at Greenwood. The next time we will see South Warren girls basketball will be Friday, January 13th, and they will host a girls, boys basketball doubleheader against Greenwood. So we're about ready to start.
That's going to be a good doubleheader. Those teams are going to be, match up well against each other, the girls and the boys.
Well, we obviously saw the boys team of South Warren. Steve, a quick mention. They look like a different group under Carlos Corals, don't they?
They do.
All right, here we go. Warren Central, that's Ada Akhmadova breaking the double team and getting it over to Brianna Fausto. Well, I'll tell you what, Steve. I think these first 2 minutes for Warren Central are so critical.
Right. Well, they're either going to cut into this lead or we're going to see it balloon to 20, and that's going to be a tough mountain to climb to get out of that hole. Good hands.
Gracie Hodges with the defense, and Warren Central will retain possession. As Kendi Robinson will inbounds the ball. She's being guarded by Lydia Frank. Pass over to...
Good defense.
Yep.
Good defense on the, she really anticipated that pass and moved into the passing lanes, got her hands on it.
Kaya Mitchell with that steal. We're in the opening minute of the third quarter. Warren Central is trailing South Warren 33-17. Lady Dragons led early by 7, but South Warren finished strong to end the first half. And as Steve mentioned, Warren Central's been stuck on 17 for a while.
We've seen Kaya Mitchell have a big impact on some of the games we've done for them. She's got good movement without the ball. She's up at the top of the key. She's down low posting up.
She does. She's another one of the 4 seniors and does a nice job for Coach Embry.
Good entry pass. Gets the foul.
She'll go to the line.
Really nice movement to get down low.
Steve, one thing, and I think that when you're in the post and if you're able to try to take a shot under the arm of the defender, they're usually going to call a foul.
Right.
And that's what Mitchell did very nicely.
I remember Mitchell also being a good free throw shooter.
Yep. She makes the first, and the Lady Spartans are now up 34-17.
Don't tell Coach Embry I said that about the free throw.
Okay, here comes Akhmadova bringing the ball up. Gets it over to Robinson. That's Jordan Downey. Gets it back out to Akhmadova. Downey with the 3. That's good offense,
look.
Steve.
Good look.
Offense.
Good ball movement.
Yep.
Akhmadova found the open shooter. She drove into the lane, drew the defense to her, kicked out.
That's Jordan Downey with the tray. Hodges, the nice move.
Nice move.
Hodges is right-handed, but she is more than capable of using her left hand. And
well, you got to look at it also from Bailey's perspective for Central. She's going to be careful she doesn't get in foul trouble.
True.
And that would have been a really easy one to take a hack on to try to block it, even though she really made a good move. There's a good cut.
Lots of credit there to the Jalea Bailey to hustle to get the offensive rebound. She made a nice pass in the lane to Kendi Robinson, and because of that, Robinson's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. 5:43 to go in the third quarter, and South Warren is leading Warren Central 36-20. And Steve, this is about the point of the game. Again, Warren Central still trying to get their numbers up, and I really could sense the Lady Spartans perhaps stretching this lead out even more because of their advantage in depth, possibly wearing down Warren Central. 36-21 as Robinson connected on the second free throw. That was a nice save by Moonrath. Wow. I thought that shot was going to go down.
I did too.
Here come the Lady Dragons after getting the defensive rebound. Again, one thing evident, Steve, both these teams are well coached. That's a real credit to Coach Embry and Coach Hickey.
And both teams are giving great effort.
Yep.
You know.
I think you're going to get a foul on South Warren, and it's a non-shooting foul, so the Lady Dragons will take it out of bounds.
McLean Hudson. It's her second, team second. And for South Warren, number 13, Grace Maxwell. Number 24, Alexis Martin. 21, Ashley Overbag.
Nice inbounds pass to Bailey. South Warren there defensively, and Hodges gets the loose ball. Nice pass to Maxwell. Nicely done.
Nice transition.
13, Grace Maxwell.
We haven't mentioned her name too often, but Maxwell's done a nice job off the bench for the Lady Spartans, number 13.
That was a really nice shot right there.
Yep. Akhmedova, the pass.
Might have forced that one a little bit right through the heart of the defense.
Downey gets it back out to Akhmedova, the runner in the lane. I think that was tipped by South Warren, so the Lady Dragons will retain possession. We have 4:31 to go in the third quarter. South Warren with a 38-21 lead over Warren Central. We are at Tim Riley Court on the campus of Warren Central High School. I want to thank Principal Joey Norman. Boy, it was good to see him the other night, wasn't it, Steve?
It was good to see him, good to talk to him. I haven't seen him in a few months. So.
Steve's known Joey for a long time, and he cares greatly about Warren Central, cares about the students and the student athletes. As South Warren will go to the line for one. And speaking of principals, it's great to see the South Warren principal here tonight, Jenny Hester. But also thanks to the hospitality extended by Athletic Director Jason Hesters at Warren Central and Assistant Athletic Director Dustin Gentili, as Hudson is at the free throw line. She converts.
In for South Warren, number 30, Lydia Frank.
As we've talked about before, Steve, McLean Hudson, her uncle is Travis Hudson, the WKU head volleyball coach, the longtime, very successful head coach. And one of the neat things, Steve, we've seen South Warren boys basketball, and Coach Hudson's son, Drew, is on that team. And Drew is going to be playing college volleyball at Ohio State. So congratulations to Drew.
Nice kick out.
Yep.
Good look. It's going to be an offensive foul.
Yep. Also want to congratulate Greenwood Boys Soccer. Has a new boys head coach, Coach Bowers. Congratulations to him on the hire. I've crossed paths with him several times. Always enjoyed visiting with him.
Look forward to seeing soccer when it comes back in the fall. We'll see how he does.
And that's a sport you and Laura obviously very familiar with, aren't you?
Leading the Gators.
Yep.
There's a little travel there.
Yep.
Slide that foot. That pressure was right in the wrong place at the right time.
So here come the Lady Spartans with a 19-point lead with just over 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. That is Alexis Martin handling the ball, and they're going to say she stepped out of bounds. You know, Steve, I will say one thing. I'm going to make a mention about Travis Hudson. There's so many really good things I can say about Travis and so forth. Steve, the number one impressive thing, you know, what's he been the head coach there now, 27 years?
He got a lot of longevity.
You know what the graduation rate for his student athletes is?
What is it, Mike?
100%.
100%. I would believe that.
And the other thing is, how often do you hear their students transferring? Never.
Right, you don't. Yep. There's a three-point shot for Central to hopefully give them a little spark here.
We'll keep it here. 3:15 to go. Steve, I'm going to put you in the Warren Central huddle. Coach Hickey, what are you telling those Warren Central players right now?
We're going to step up the defense. We've got to block out. We've got to, grab those rebounds. We've got to get out. We've got to get in transition. We've got to stay within our offense. And, good things can happen.
Now, I'll put you in Coach Embry's shoes during this time. What do you think? What would you be saying to the Lady Spartans players?
You know, I'll go back to some similar things. You know, again, when they were having success in that second quarter, you know, they took advantage on the rebounding end, and they had confidence in their shot. They need to run their offense, take the shot that's open, and then hit them with a press.
Mike Clef, Steve Sanders. We're in a timeout right now with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. South Warren leading Warren Central 40-24, but the Lady Dragons just connected on a three-point shot, so perhaps that could springboard into some momentum for the Lady Dragons. 3:15 to go in the third quarter. It's our last live stream before the holiday season. Want to wish everyone the happiest of holidays and a happy new year. And our next live stream will actually be in 2023. Steve, as I've gotten older, these years just go by faster and faster.
They do.
All right. That's McLean Hudson handling the ball for the Lady Spartans. Also in the game for South Warren, Alexis Martin, Ashley Overbay, Lydia Frank, and Grace Maxwell. Frank's three-point shot, no, but a good hustle tip by Hudson over to Maxwell, no. Kennedy Robinson gets the rebound. Ada Akhmedova is also in the game for Warren Central, along with Jalea Bailey, Jordan Downey, and Hannah Bailey. Shot nearly went. Here's Frank with another three. No. Akhmedova with the rebound. Gets it over to Downey. Nice drive. And Warren Central gets South Warren to commit a foul. That's the third foul on McLean Hudson. Moonrath and Hodges check in for Frank and Hudson. Non-shooting foul. It's South Warren's fourth foul of the half. Warren Central's committed two. Downey gets it over to Robinson. Akhmedova with the drive and the runner. No. Maxwell, good hustle on the rebound.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, Mike.
And I think Coach Embry agrees with you. He thought that she traveled because there was contact. And
well, I thought she made the pass before she ever shuffled it both feet. But you know what? I also respect the referees, and I don't want to be in their position to have to make those split-second calls. So,
Steve, you and I are in the same boat that it's a job that would be hard for either one of us to do. Again, another good look for Warren Central. The shot won't go. South Warren with the rebound. Here comes Hodges, the runner, and she's going to go to the line for two. I like her game, Steve.
Yeah. Warren Central, number 5, Kennedy Robinson, her third.
She doesn't force anything. And again, I like the fact that the first half she'll kind of defer her game offensively, get other players involved in the second half. And again,
so we've got Kennedy Robinson picking up her third foul there, Mike.
Yeah, that's not a
She's
good
been pivotal
development
in this game.
Yeah,
they need her.
And she's still in the game, and that's
Coach Hickey's going to have to leave her in.
Yeah. Robinson, speaking of her, gets the rebound. It's 41-24 South Warren. 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Akhmedova, good shot.
Good shot, nice running shot.
Ida Akhmedova converts there.
Central's trying to step up a little bit on the defensive end.
Overbay with the drive. They're now they're going to get Jalea Bailey for the foul. Let's see what foul number that is for her.
It's going to be her second.
And Ashley Overbay will go to the free throw line for a pair.
Likewise, they couldn't afford to let her get in the foul trouble either, because she's been key in their rebounding efforts tonight. Overbay
missed on the first free throw. She'll try to rectify that on the second attempt, as it looks like Tykedra Garrett's about to check in for South Warren. Second one's no good, but there for the rebound. Well, I'll have to look here.
Not sure Coach Embry liked that shot. He's shaking his head. They got a good rebound. Run the offense.
We got a player here number-wise, Steve. I'm going to have to check on for South Warren. And I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Coach Embry was less than.
She came out of the game too.
Yeah.
No, again, it's their kid. She was probably a little frustrated. She had just missed both free throws and wanted to take advantage of that turnover.
Tykedra Garrett gets the ball inside to Kaya Mitchell. They're going to call a jump ball.
Jump ball.
South Warren retains possession. Trying to check, there's a number 3 in the game for South Warren. Jenna Lindsay is number 3. She's in the game. Jenna Lindsay. All right. We're in the final minute of the third quarter.
Coach Hickey wanting them to press down the court.
So, Warren Central, see if they can cut into this deficit a little bit more. We have 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Errant pass.
Ooh, boy. That hurts. That hurts.
In for South Warren, number 30, Lydia Frank.
So we have 23.6 seconds left in the third quarter. And South Warren will have the ball in what all likelihood will be the final shot of the third quarter as McLean Hudson brings the ball up court. Moonrath over to Hodges. Nice Euro step by Hodges. Yeah. And it's Akhmedova, Ida Akhmedova bringing it up court. Gets it over to Fausto. Hannah Bailey, better shoot. Kennedy Robinson gets the shot up. No. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. South Warren leading Warren Central 41-26. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching girls basketball on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
We're back at Warren Central High School for the fourth quarter of this matchup between the Lady Dragons of Warren Central and the South Warren Lady Spartans. Warren Central with the ball, trailing 41-26. And Steve, you mentioned during our commercial break, Warren Central outscored them in the third quarter.
They did, 9-8. We said it was important for them not to let that lead grow farther, and they've got it down to 15. But then we have a turnover.
Yep, and
we really need to try to get this game within 10, and then see where they can go from there.
Coach Hickey encouraging his team on the defensive end.
There's Lydia Frank. That's where kind of the South Warren run in the second quarter started.
Hodges,
nice pass. Got to reach in. That's going to be Kennedy Robinson also. It's going to be 4 on her.
And that is a big factor to say the least. Like Steve said, 4 fouls on Robinson. It's Warren Central's 15th foul.
Nice look. There we
yeah.
go. A three-point shot got them started in the second quarter and led to a huge second quarter for South Warren. We'll see what happens here in the fourth quarter. But, if I'm Warren Central, I hate to see that on the first possession.
Coach Hickey gets a timeout. We'll keep it here, 44-26, and That three-pointer by South Warren was by McLean Hudson. Steve, I'll tell you the other thing, too. I won't be surprised if this game continues to form, if Lane Embry will want us to live stream every one of their games this season.
They're undefeated when we live stream them, aren't they?
They are. Steve, just your observations. What impresses you about each of these head coaches that you've seen so far?
Well, they're teachers. They may be called coaches, but they're teachers, and we've talked numerous times about what makes an effective teacher and a coach. And you don't really hear either one of these coaches. You hear them a little bit because it's quiet in the arena, but you don't hear them yelling. You don't hear them be negative. You see them teach and coach and constantly. And that's what you want to see with these young kids.
Like right there was a missed shot. Coach Hickey was not upset. It was a good shot attempt. The result wasn't what you wanted, but that's part of the game. You're gonna miss shots.
You coach into getting a good look. It's hard to coach, the ball actually going through the hoop.
So South Warren has the ball. Less than 7 minutes left. 6:41 to be exact.
Good look, but also good defense on Central's part that time.
Steve mentioned Kendi Robinson has 4 fouls. She gets it up to Hannah Bailey.
Look.
Nicely done. I'll tell you what, Steve, Kendi Robinson's a solid ball player.
She is. It's going to be a big blow if she were to happen to pick up a 5th foul.
She's playing on the back end of the zone that Warren Central is in. Right now she's on the opposite end of the court where the ball is. Now she's guarding McLean Hudson. And actually, Jordan Downey was on Hudson. Gracie Hodges in the lane. And I think that foul is going to be on Brianna Fausto.
Might like to see her pull up and take that really short jumper rather than try an off-balance layup.
Yeah, Hodges, yeah.
That layup's a little off balance, but she earned a trip to the charity stripe.
4 fouls on Fausto.
She's got a good shot at the free throw line, so it's going to pay off probably.
South Warren is leading 45-28 with 6:02 to go in the game. And if this score and game holds true to form, South Warren will move to 4-3 on the season, and Warren Central will be 3-7. Hodges checks out to get a brief rest as South Warren with that full court pressure again. Downey brings it up. Being guarded by Ashley Overbay. And Kendi Robinson is fouled. They're saying she was in the act of shooting, even though it kind of looked like a pass to Julia Bailey, Steve. Yeah. Steve, have you ever coached before?
No, I haven't. No. Not other than the boys when they were playing rec soccer. They never liked it when I coached anyway because I'd be hardest on them.
Okay.
Kennedy Robinson at the line.
Some people have told me that I'd be a good coach, and I told them I don't agree with you. I don't have the temperament for it. That's why I have a lot of respect for the coaches. And when you see a good one, Steve, you treasure him or her.
It takes us back to that game the other night when Coach Unseld for the Warren Central boys called a timeout. Never got up, never spoke.
Yeah, yeah.
But yet, after that timeout, you saw a change. Mm-hmm. We have a foul there, Mike?
We did, and it's against Warren Central. The foul's against Julia Bailey. It's her third.
Her third. Starting to get some foul trouble here.
Yep, and because of that, South Warren's in the 1-1, and it'll be Ashley Overbay at the line. 46-28, Lady Spartans leading, 5:51 to go in the game. Martin Overbay will get a second free throw. Been a fast-moving game. This has been the first time that either team has been in the bonus in either half. As Overbay. Second one just slid off. Also noticed a school resource officer here tonight, which is the case with football and basketball games. I want to salute the efforts of our school resource officers at all of our schools. As Overbay is leading the full court pressure there. It's a zone press. Akhmadova does a nice job, and I think they're going to get a foul on Junipel Stroud. So that's the 6th foul against South Warren this half. So now both teams are going to be in the bonus from now on. And, that's a pass she'd like to have back,
Right,
Steve.
probably an ill-advised pass right there.
Shot no good. Akhmadova and Hudson battling for the ball. They call a jump ball, and arrow is with South Warren, so the Lady Spartans will inbounds. Lady Spartans have led by as many as 19, which is their current lead. Warren Central led by as many as 7 in the first quarter. Overbay kicks it over to Maxwell. She'll try for 3. No, but
maybe that was just a pass, Mike.
That could have been.
And it was a great one.
Yep. And they call a jump ball. So
how
this
many
time,
held balls have we seen in this game, Mike?
At least 8.
Half dozen, 10?
Yeah.
That guy on the arrow down there is going to have a tennis elbow.
And that would be Dustin Gentili, the assistant athletic director. You're right.
He'll have to have Tommy John surgery. Flipping that button.
There you go right there, Steve. That's a common theme. A good look down low, short range, and it just won't go for the Lady Dragons. Martin, the pass over to Overbay. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Good.
Ladies,
sometimes I think South Warren was settling for that 3 when they could, penetrate like that just inside the arc and get a really good shot, really good running shot like that.
Robinson's three-pointer, no, but there's Hannah Bailey with the rebound. Lady Spartans with their biggest lead of the game at 21. Downey will try it from 3. Just a little bit long. Hudson has the rebound. Hudson with a nice drive. Takes it all the way in, no, but Akhmadova with the rebound. Ida bringing it up court over to Downey. Downey takes it in, kicks it back to Robinson. Good offense.
Nice shot.
Good offense, Steve.
Again, you don't see Warren Central, throwing in the towel. They continue to put up the effort. South Warren's really pouring it on right now, but Central, they're going to keep fighting.
Maxwell.
Good defense right there.
Hannah Bailey with the block, and as Steve mentioned, good defense. 3:53 to go in the game. So Warren Central brings in Deja Ferguson and Brianna Fausto. Fausto, along with Robinson, is playing with 4 fouls. Tykedra Garrett is back in for South Warren. She's inbounding the ball. Kaya Mitchell's also checked back in. And it's going to go out of bounds.
Coach Embry's not going to be happy with those lapses like that.
No. No, you are absolutely right about that.
But Coach Hickey's not going to be happy with telegraphing that cross-court pass.
No. Frank winds up for 3. No, a little bit short. Good rebound by Robinson. We've reached 3.5 minutes to go in the game. It's 49-31 South Warren. Robinson takes it in, kicks it back out to Fausto. Over to Akhmadova.
Good movement. See if they can get a good shot out of it.
Jordan Downey has the ball. Over to Kennedy Robinson. Robinson.
Just dribbled into a crowd there, Mike. That's a tough road travel. There we go with the held ball.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. We've had a lot of held balls and jump balls tonight. Yeah. South Warren has it. As a result, we've reached the 3-minute mark, and the Lady Spartans with a comfortable lead of 18. Warren Central playing with great effort tonight, but again, South Warren as well.
I just go back in that first half, Mike, when they had so many good looks and they just couldn't get the ball to fall. That was a nice move right there.
We'll keep it right here. Kaya Mitchell with the bucket.
Timeout.
And I think this is a timeout. I think Coach Embry's going to get some subs in, Steve. Again, he's played at least 9, perhaps 10 players tonight. Jenna Lindsay might have been their 10th player they played. And it looks like Hannah Boland's going to check back in. Now, Steve, again, and you know what Coach Hickey's going to do with the last 2 minutes and 39 seconds. He's telling his players, play this game like it's 0-0, like it's a tie score, and let's finish this game with good habits that can develop into the next game. Again, and Steve, I do want to mention, Warren Central dressed 9 players tonight. They're still building up their numbers.
Right, and played 7.
Yeah.
Had 7 on the court.
And I want to salute those 9 for sticking with it and everything. And they have a barometer with what South Warren is doing. They've got good numbers. And, again, both these programs in good hands with their respective coaching staffs. So here we go. That's Ida Akhmadova bringing the ball up court for Warren Central. She wears number 25.
Good ball handler.
Mm-hmm. She is, and she's had to handle the ball a lot tonight, Steve.
She and Kennedy Robinson have done the bulk of that ball handling. There's a good shot. So that's what Coach Hickey wanted to see, Give me the effort, even when you're down this much.
Nice runner in the lane for the hoop by Jordan Downey.
Nice shot.
Tykedra Garrett with the three-pointer for South Warren. As we've reached the 2-minute mark to go in the ball game, it is 54-33 South Warren.
Ooh, a lot of contact there, Mike.
And we'll get some free throws here.
South Warren, number 24, Alexis Martin. For first, team 7, Jordan Downey at the line.
Again, South Warren, should they hold on to win, and it looks like they will go to 4-3, while Warren Central will go to 3-7 on the season.
Jordan Downey's had a good game for Warren Central tonight.
She has.
Heard her name quite a bit.
For South Warren, number 25,
one thing about her, Steve, she is not afraid to go into the lane on drives, and she's got a fearless aspect to her game, which I like. She's not tentative. It's now 54-35. And looks like we're going to have some more free throws with 1:46 to go.
Foul charge Warren Central, number 13, Brianna Fausto.
I'm going to call up.
Serve fifth, team's 8th.
And looks like Fausto has fouled out of the game.
And for Warren Central, number 35,
Julia Bailey will check in.
At the line for South Warren, number 3, Jenna Lindsay.
After tonight, South Warren is going to head over to Lexington Catholic to take part in the traditional Bank Holiday Classic. In fact, Steve, their first game there is tomorrow. They'll take on Christian Academy of Louisville, and then they'll have games scheduled on the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th. So they'll spend the next 4 days over in Lexington. Meanwhile, after tonight, Warren Central.
Nice pass.
That was a nice pass.
Really good ball movement.
They're going to go to the Smoky Mountain Christmas Classic in Gatlinburg. And
that sounds exciting.
That will. Well, I'll tell you what, Steve, that's a gorgeous part of the country, isn't it?
It is.
They will play Russell County in their first game there on December 20th. That'll be on a Tuesday. And they will play 3 games there. Their next home game is they will host Caverna on December 27th as part of the Various Lloyd Christmas Tournament. South Warren's next home game will be part of the First Bank Holiday Bash, and they will be hosting that. And on December 28th, they will be taking on Rockcastle County. So that will get you up to speed on their future games in the near future. As we have free throws. Go ahead, Steve.
No, I know you're not going to believe it's a hell ball.
Okay. Yeah. Akhmadova inbounds. We have 1:11 left. South Warren leading Warren Central 55-35.
Both teams got some subs in.
You're right, Steve. We got
Nice rebound and putback.
Mary Howard is in the game for South Warren. Jenna Lindsay, Hannah Bolin. There's Junipel Strow.
We have 15 in for Central. She's her first action of the night.
That would be Summer Bratcher. Thank you, Steve, for spotting that.
Man, that cross-court pass has got him in trouble several times, Mike.
It really has. Yeah.
34 seconds.
It just gives so much extra time for the defense to react to it. And more often than not, they're going to get a steal. So.
Good look.
Yep. Nicely
nice
done.
Shot. It's Downing again.
You're right, Steve. She's had a nice game. She has, Jordan Downing. 55-40. As we're in the final seconds of this game. Good follow by Lindsay and the hoop. And it's 57-40, and we're under 10 seconds to go in the game. And looks like they're just going to dribble the ball out, and that'll be the game. So it is a final score from here, 57-40. Want to say thank you to our sponsors tonight, Med Center Health, UK Health, and Mingy Beef Jerky. And also thanks to our leadership, Superintendent Rob Clayton, Chief Operations Officer Jason Cupcella, and Chief Financial Officer Chris McIntyre. Steve, what'd you think?
Well, you know, it started off one way, and it was just a tale of each quarter. You know, the first and third quarter belonged to Warren Central, and the second and fourth quarters belonged to South. And, you know, unfortunately for Central, the quarters that belonged to South contained a whole lot more scoring than the quarters that were for Warren Central. And I think that's just a tale of the game. You know, Warren Central never gave up. They kept battling in there. You know, at one point, I wasn't sure it wasn't going to turn into a blowout, but, you know, Warren Central kept battling, kept it within 17 at the buzzer.
And you mentioned this earlier, Steve. I thought the game really turned in the Lady Spartans' favor on those. It was the second and third three-pointers of the game for Lydia Frank.
Right. That seemed to get them going, and they didn't look back from there.
All right. Steve, have a happy holiday, partner.
You too,
it's been
Mike.
fun. And our next game will be on Tuesday, January 3rd. We will be at Greenwood High School for a girls-boys basketball doubleheader between the Lady Gators of Greenwood, who we have seen once this season. It'll be our first look at head coach Will McCoy and Greenwood boys basketball, and they will be hosting the Lady Patriots and Patriots of Allen County, Scottsville. Happy holidays to everybody. Appreciate you joining us so much here on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Thanks again to Laura Sanders, providing assistance with audio the other night, and also for bringing in equipment tonight and just hanging around and providing great moral support. So happy holidays to all of our students and staff and administration with Warren County Public Schools. Steve, it's been a blast, and I can't believe our next game will be in 2023.
And listen,
Yep.
you know, we're going to be to February soon, and then we'll be to tournament time.
That's right. Best time of the year. So, all right, for Steve Sanders, I'm Mike Cleff. Be safe, and you've been watching and listening to the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Have a great night. Happy holidays.